December 1, 2020. According to the envoy, the Philippine market is still attractive for Japanese companies. Manila, Japanese firms remain keen on investing in the Philippines, the country's ambassador to Japan Jose Laurel said. Based on my experience as Philippine ambassador to Japan, I can see that the Japanese continue to be excited about doing business in the Philippines. They see the Philippines as a lucrative market for Japanese products and services, Laurel said at the Philippines-Japan Business Investment Virtual Forum 2020 organized by the Nikkei Group Asia. He said Japan's continued interest in the Philippines will help the country in its recovery efforts to rise from the coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19 crisis. He added Filipino workers are highly regarded for their skills, making the Philippines an attractive destination for Japanese investors. Laurel also cited a study by the Japan External Trade Organization, JETRO, indicating that as of 2017, around 1,502 Japanese companies were operating in the Philippines and employing some 320,000 Filipinos. 60% of these Japanese firms are export manufacturers. They exported $13.3 billion worth of products, accounting for 26% of Philippine merchandise export back in 2017, the envoy added. During the official visit of President Rodrigo Duterte to Japan in May 2019, the Philippine delegation bagged 26 business deals amounting to $5.5 billion. These business agreements are expected to create 82,737 new jobs. In the same event, Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez urged Japanese firms to look for opportunities in the Philippines as the government pushes for its industrial strategy to recover from the pandemic, the Rebuild PH or revitalizing businesses, investments, livelihoods, and domestic demand. Lopez said the program aims to jumpstart and reinvigorate the economy by revitalizing consumption and enhancing production capacity. He added the Philippines is also poised to exhibit a V-shaped recovery after the pandemic. The Philippines is a strategic partner for Japan in the manufacturing industry for electronics, automotive, aerospace, and chemicals. Other preferred areas are in the manufacture of healthcare products such as medical devices, personal protective equipment like surgical masks, medical coveralls, pharmaceuticals, food, packaging, and construction materials like iron and steel including cement, Lopez said. Japanese firms may also explore opportunities in services such as animation, as well as engineering and architectural design, and other areas like logistics, smart manufacturing, electronic design services, and the Internet of Things, IoT. We are excited as well for prospects in terms of future collaboration with Japan in video game development, software development, conventional and renewable energy, retirement infrastructure like retirement villages, and smart city development, he added. On July 15, 2021, Japanese firms eyed green lanes for investments in the Philippines. MANILA, Japanese companies remain interested in investing in the Philippines as they expect express lanes in the country to facilitate their investments. In a statement Thursday, the Department of Trade and Industry, DTI, said the agency had a business dialogue with Japanese firms wherein they expressed their interest to explore expansion and diversification of products to be manufactured here. Most of these firms are in the manufacturing of electronics and medical devices, the DTI added. These Japanese firms include Brother Industries, Canon Incorporated, Seiko as Incorporation, Terumo Corporation, JMS Company Limited, ROHM Company Limited, NIDEC Corporation, Minebea Mitsumi Incorporated, Murata Manufacturing Company Limited, and IBIDEN Company Limited. The DTI said these companies are eyeing around $3 billion, PHP $150 billion, investments in the country. However, they expressed concerns and said these plans are facing operational and fiscal bottlenecks. They cited as examples the timely issuance of travel visas for their executives and engineers, the processing and release of permits and licenses by regulatory agencies, VAT, value-added tax, and other additional taxes by LGUs, local government units, and access to COVID-19 vaccinations, it said. The Japanese firms are requesting a green lane for significant foreign investments like what other governments in ASEAN provide to investors. They added these express lanes would help in making the country remain competitive in attracting foreign investments. As the Philippines builds back better from the pandemic, we will strengthen trade and investment ties with other countries, particularly Japan. After all, Japan has been a strong and important trading partner and investment source of the Philippines. The country is an ideal host for Japanese manufacturing and R&D, research and development, activities in electronics, printers, and medical devices, Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez said.